In one of our previous videos, we talked about how income tax brackets work. What I want to do is talk about now is essentially how what's called capital gains tax rates work. And then that's essentially if you were to sell something. So that's if you sell a stock, you sell a car, you sell something that you have a capital gain from. Those tax rates are a little bit different than income tax rates. And the way that those rates work is there's basically 3 different brackets that you can fall into at this point in time. The first bracket is 0%, the next bracket is 15%, and then the last bracket is 20%. And then that is based upon the income that you make in that year. So for example, let's just say you weren't really making any income this year, and then you sold a stock and you made a $10,000 profit. Based upon that, because you don't have any income, you're essentially at a 0% capital gains tax rate. So on that sale, you would not pay any capital gains on the sale of that stock in that event. Then from there, as your income goes up, then you land in what we call the 15% tax rate. As a single individual, that 15% tax rate goes from roughly around $47,000 to about $518,000. So essentially you have to be making a good amount of income, and if you're in that range, you're paying about 15% taxes for federal on that capital gain that you made. Once you're above that, around that $518,000 tax rate, then you start getting bumped up into the highest capital gains tax rate, which is in the 20% range. So once you hit that mark, then you're in the 20% range, and if you sell any property, you sell any investments, anything of that nature, then you're going to be paying taxes at that 20% rate. So one thing I just want to preference when it comes to capital gains and tax rates, there are a lot of different variables that can determine what bracket you fall into. So I always urge you talk to a financial professional, a tax preparer, EA, a CPA, financial professional, a CFP, to really make sure that ultimately you're calculating everything correctly and you're paying the appropriate amount of taxes and you're being able to plan accordingly. And if you have any questions or if you would like to reach out, please feel free to reach out to us at Black Lines, and we are happy to help.